Crossing to the Other Line by Sue Moorcroft. A breezy evening brought the bitter scent of damp grass up to her. Shaken out of her reverie, Belinda jumped in fright as a dog skittered past, careering into the backs of her legs and collapsing one of her knees to bang painfully against the metal bridge structure. "Ouch!" she called after it. "You might at least say sorry." She hadn't noticed the dog's owner following. His amused, "I'll say it for him. Sorry," made her jump. The wind in her ears must have disguised his footsteps as he crossed the boards. She flushed, and he smiled and added, "Nice evening." He hesitated as he drew close enough to see her face clearly, his smile fading. She recognised him. Jamie had known him to chat to at the village shop or the pub. He'd always seemed a nice enough man, but she didn't need his company. He might even think she'd been crying. She swung her face away, hunched her shoulders and nodded. The dog, a black and white border collie, fidgeted eagerly at the top of the steps, its claws clicking on the bridge. After another moment the man walked after him, murmuring, "OK, Bobby, off you go." It was almost dusk when they returned. The dog was quieter and content now to lie down when the man paused a few feet from Belinda to rest his forearms on the parapet and follow her gaze. Belinda supposed she must have been standing there for some time. Gently, the man said, "Nice spot. Bit of history, a few ghosts, a few memories." Belinda looked at him sharply. He nodded at the old tracks. "Me dad can remember the steam trains coming along here. The bridge was always black with soot." He pointed at the sign that read Kingsbury Halt. "There seem to be stacks of berries," he says, "but he can't recall any kings at all." Silence. Belinda supposed he felt it was her turn to say something. She cleared her throat. "The brambles are full of berries." She and Jamie used to pick buckets of them to make pies. Once they'd tried jam, but it hadn't set, and they'd been left with a slushy syrup. They'd eaten it as a fruit sauce, poured over ice cream, sinfully sweet. She remembered how Jamie had grinned, "This much sugar's got to be bad for us." And even as he tucked in with gusto, offering her licks from his spoon, laughing when sauce trickled ruby red down her chin, he must have known. Known that they weren't going to make it up the aisle.